Man them. Lock in for real. Lock in for real. We're back. OnlyFacts Sports, we're back. Put a like on the video. Man's watching Amari Jones do his thing right now. Amari Jones doing his thing. Man them thought we were gone. We're back here now. We're back, bro. Egyptian cotton sheets. Do you know what I'm saying? Chelsea lost to Everton. Liverpool lost. Man United drew. Cup final in the morning. What's man talking about? Man, we're back, you know. Man don't seem to understand, bro. I just want to know, what is everyone wearing to the parade? That's all I want to know. What is everyone wearing to the parade, man? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me, bro. Just finished, I think, round 5 in the Amari Jones fight, the fight before the Adamas and Ammo Williams fight. And another good performance from Amari Jones. We want to see him start to get matched with better competition. He's kind of in the same world at the moment as Moses Atoma. Young, up and coming. You know, Moses Atoma is knocking out his opponents, but Amari Jones is comprehensively outboxing his opponents. But we know what we're here for. World title fight tonight. World title fight tonight. Man, them, I'm going to be live tomorrow as well. Do you know what I'm saying? For the cup final, man. EFL Cup final. I know F-Tex is going to be here. Do you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow could be the beginning of something. It could be the beginning of something very special. Very, very special. It could be. I'll be real. This fight is only an 8-rounder, so it ain't going to go too long. This is round 6 of the 8. Amari Jones working his jab really nicely. This is what we'd expect. But I've seen Amari Jones a couple of times have fights now where he's actually, obviously he's more skilled, but he's also got the physical dimensions over his opponent. I'd like to see him start to get opponents that are a little bit different to see how he gets tested. Can his style translate up against someone bigger than him? Still very early in his career. I'm in like 10 parade group chats. The worst thing is, yeah, I was supposed to, obviously, you man know I've been unwell. I was supposed to go to a video shoot for an Arsenal video, and I ended up getting too sick. Do you know what I'm saying? I was supposed to go to a shoot for an Arsenal video. The video turned out cold, and I was too ill. I was supposed to go to Expression's birthday meal. I was too ill. Man, you know I've been very, very unwell for a few months. But we're back, bro. If we win that game tomorrow, listen, it's going to be crazy, bro. It's going to be scenes. Absolute scenes and limbs everywhere, bro. But first, we need to see Carlos Adamas deal with business against Ammo Williams, blood. You know what I'm saying? I like Ammo Williams. I'll be happy to see either of them win. But I do really like Carlos Adamas. He's put in some... Carlos Adamas has been very up and down in his career. But, you know, he's had some lows. And he's had some real stinky performances. But he was very, very good against Hamza Shiraz. Hamza Shiraz got the decision. He righted that wrong by knocking out Edgar Berlanga. But I think Carlos Adamas came out of that fight with way more fans and a way bigger profile. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. So he should have got that decision, but still. Hey, Nick, when your guy Gok scored, Loki did the mask at the Emirates, not going to lie, as shit as broken B/is, bro, it don't matter, bro. Goals are goals, blood. You know, like that. It don't matter. If I got Henri and Gyökeres in the same team, I want Henri to score. But if Henri don't score and Gyökeres scores, then that's just what it is, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Man's got the OnlyFacts mug, as always. Man's got the tea, 2 sugars. Bro, it doesn't even matter who scores. At this point, I just want to do what is going to jar the rivals as much as possible, bro. If I could score, if we could win 1-0 every game for the rest of the season, and every goal was a corner, Do you know what I'm saying? I would 100% do that. And if it could be Jokeres scumbag in a late corner every game, I would do it. Honestly, that the hatred is real. Do you know what I mean? The hatred that people have for us is real, and that's what it is to be an Arsenal fan. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it is to be an Arsenal fan. Let the hate roll, bro. Let the hate roll, bro. Honestly, honestly. Put a like on the video for in the chat. We've got Amo Williams versus Carlos Adamas coming up. Do you know what I mean? We covered Amo Williams' last fight as well. That was on an undercard. And Amo Williams did really, really well in that fight. He's had a great story. Amo Williams battles with mental health and all those things. And he's come out of the good side of it. And like so many people, he's used boxing to steady himself. But he's coming up against Carlos Adamas, who just on his day can be a wrecking ball, bro. I like Carlos Adamas more because of his style, but this should be a good style clash. And I do worry for Amo that his natural style is very, very good for Carlos Adamas, in my opinion. I'm trying to see Amo's last fight. Yes, when Wendy Toussaint. He fought the French guy, Wendy Toussaint, the Haitian, sorry, not the French guy, the Haitian guy. And again, like, Wendy is someone with 3 losses on his record. And what undercard was that? Let me Google it. I can't even remember what undercard that was. My man LinkedIn Liam is under mountainous amounts of pressure, bro. You lot know what I'm saying. My girl's a Everton fan, bro. So she was gassed. She was proper gassed. Yeah, my girl's an Everton fan, bro, and she hates Chelsea. I hate Chelsea, so it was perfect, bro. Like I say, bro. See, bro. First of all, the weekend started, yeah, with Man United and Villa. Do you know what I'm saying? It started with that. Then it went on to Liverpool losing to Brighton. Danny Welbeck getting England shouts, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Then it went on to Everton piecing Chelsea up 3-0, blood. Free zip, bruv. What's man talking about? I've been out today, bro. I ain't even seen the games, bro. I ain't seen the games. I ain't seen the highlights. Like, I ain't seen nothing, bro. When this fight is done, if I got time, I'm gonna watch the highlights, bro, of those games with you, man, right here on the live stream, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I want to see what happened, bro. What happened? Do you know what I mean? He's terrible, bro. He's actually terrible. I was just watching a video on Instagram with some guy on a podcast cussing him, and Ian writes in the comments trying to defend him. I'm like, Ian, please, bro. Please. Do you know what I'm saying? Gomez is down, I think, 6-0 in this fight. He's tried to step forwards a little bit and take the fight to Jones. Jones again, like Amari Jones, he's a good talent. He's a top kind of prospect. But I feel like in this, I don't know. Like I feel like I don't see enough variety from him very often. I feel like he's very happy to fight to the standard or the level that the fight is naturally at. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't really see him press the action. He just seems a little bit. He just seems a little bit comfortable. And I don't know if that's just down to the level of opponent that he's fighting, or if that's the way that he boxes. But he just seems a little too comfortable for me. Maybe he needs to be moved a bit quicker. 2 parades on my doorstep. Got to be darkness. Genuinely. Hey, shout out to Shane, who I didn't even think Shane would be awake right now, but hit the like button for real. Shout out to you, blood. Shane, what you doing? I know you're working tomorrow, so you didn't want to do the stream, which is cool. But what are you actually doing? I didn't watch Lidard and Denny either. I actually went out with my sisters. I ain't seen my sisters in ages. So I went out with my sisters and went to get some dinner. So I need to watch the highlights. When this fight is done, one more round of this, And then when they're doing the build-up, I'm going to watch the highlights of the football. And I'm going to watch the highlights of that Lillard versus Denny fight as well. Because I see Lillard got the win, right? I see Lillard won. Ricky's posted in the chat. Me and Ricky were just playing FIFA, and we were just on a headset chatting about UFC versus boxing. So I feel like he's going to say something stupid. As a prospect in boxing, how long do you have to prove yourself? Is it the same as football? It depends. It depends, to be fair. Depends on who's in your division. Depends on what the expectation is. For me, I don't like already Ben Whitaker, for example, Rick. Ben Whitaker had a big name behind him after beating Gavazi and all that kind of stuff. And a world champion called him out. David Benavidez said, yo, let's fight. And he said, nah, I'm not ready for that fight yet. And I just felt like I didn't like that. For me, some people are going to give Whitaker time. For me, for the hype around you, I didn't like that. I feel like you should have taken a world title shot if you got it, because David Benavidez probably ended his career, but I just didn't like it, bro. I'll be real. I didn't like it. And it just told me everything I needed to know about Ben Whitaker, because Ben Whitaker's 28, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Ben Whitaker's he's not 21, bro. He's 28. Moses Tom is 20. His brother's 28, 29 years old, bro. So I don't know at what stage he's going to feel like he's in his boxing peak, especially with his style so focused on his speed and his agility. So it depends, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? If you're Moses Atomo, you got bare time. AJ's going, Fury's going, Wilder's going, Chisora's going, Usyk's going. So if you are Atoma, you're just going to take a little bit more time. Take a couple of years to fight these prospects and let all these men go. Joseph Parker's going to serve a drug ban, potentially. He could be gone. Wardley could be gone. And you could be looking at just being the king of the ring, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Where is AT? He needs to hold a fair few lashes for the shit that he chatted on my name of my club. 100%. 100%. 100%. Ricky messaged me earlier and said, bro, you better cook these Chelsea man, blood. You better cook these Chelsea man, bro. If these men have the gall to come into the stream tomorrow, bro. Oh my god. Visioli is the best prospect Britain have produced in a while from a technical standpoint. Performance, I need to go see it. I didn't see the performance, but I'll take your word for it. Do we still count AB? Do we still count Vidal Riley as a prospect? Are we still counting Vidal Riley as a prospect? That's it. That's time. That is time. That's time, and that's obviously, Amari Jones, another win in the bag. How old is Amari Jones? Because, like I say, for me, maybe I'm being harsh. I just feel like I need to see a little bit more from him in terms of style. He's 23, turning 24 in November. It's time for me to see a little bit more from Amari Jones, I'll be honest, in terms of performance. Maybe I'm being unfair, 4 knockouts in his first 5 fights. 4 knockouts in his first 5, fair enough. And this is fight number 6 for him. But he's fighting a guy with 6 losses. Do you know what I mean? I don't. Okay. And Amari Jones needs to figure out his weight as well. I wonder if he's figuring out his weight. Because at the moment, he's weighed in 149.5. He's fighting just over 147. But he's not really 154 yet. So it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see. It looks like he could be campaigning at 154 in the future. And that's a very difficult division. That is a very difficult division. They're advertising Wilder versus Chisora next week. Wilder versus Chisora next week. We are going to be here, right here in this room, OnlyFacts Sports, on this channel, UK time. Pretty sure it's next week, April the 4th. Is it next week? No, I'm chatting shit. The week after next. What's next week? It's Franklin Atoma next week. Franklin Atoma's next week. Bro, we've got boxing every week, bro. All through April, it's mad. It's my birthday. I was going to go away, and I can't even go away. Next week is a double header. We've got Atoma versus Franklin in Manchester. Then in Vegas, we've got Fundora versus Furman. That whole night is going to be cold. Then the following week, we've got Wilder versus Chisora, which is in London. And the following week, we've got Fury versus Makhmudov. And then the following week, we've got what is, for me, one of the best fights of the year. And it, for me, could be sleeper for fight of the year, by the way. Callum Smith versus David Morrell in Liverpool. Bro, I would not classify Vidal as a prospect personally, despite the fact I would still say he does need a significant degree of refinement. See, this is my problem. Do you know what I'm saying? Man are telling me that Vidal Riley is the next big thing. But he's 28, bro. Again, he's 28. And he's in kind of a shit division, if we're being honest, bro. Do you know what I mean? Vidal Riley's good, but he's in a pants division, bro. Like, his division's terrible, bro. Cruiserweight's horrible, bro. We're in a cruiserweight dark ages, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Dubois versus Woodley is fight of the year. Based on what? Based on what, bro? Daniel Dubois coming off of a bad beaten loss to go into a world title fight against someone who got emailed the title and didn't even win it in the ring. I don't know, man. I don't know. Woodley Dubois will be entertaining. Woodley Dubois will be entertaining. You can't predict Smith versus Morrell. You can't predict that fight. David Morrell versus Callum Smith. You think you can predict that fight? Who's winning that fight? You can't predict David Morrell versus Callum Smith, bro. You can't. For anyone that's new in the chat, shout out to you, man. I'm coming shooting from London, so it's like 2:20 in the morning right now. Like the video, we're putting in a shift for the man. Them. I wasn't sure how many people were going to turn up, so I do appreciate it, because I know this card is the fight is a big fight, but the card isn't massive. But Amari Jones just pretty much shut out Gomez, is what we'd expect. I do want to just see slightly more from Amari Jones. Maybe I'm being unfair. But yeah, I like the video, and we're just about to get into it. Well, we're waiting for Carlos Damas versus Amo Williams, and I think Carlos Damas wins this fight. I think it'll be a tough fight, but I think that Carlos Damas wins. Is there any clown in football right now other than Liam Rosenia? We miss streams a lot. Yeah, bro, I've been unwell, innit? I'm not gonna lie, I've been really unwell, and a couple of times we've actually been shooting the podcast at the same time as the football, so we've missed a couple streams. So I apologize. We're going to get more consistent on that. It says Gomez landed 20 punches on Amari Jones in total across 8 rounds, bro. He landed 20 punches across 8 rounds. Come on, bro. Amari Jones, come on, bro. I know he's young, and you know there's time, but you just fought a man for 8 rounds that landed 2 punches a round. 2.5 punches a round, bro. Come on, man. We got to see better than that. We got to see better than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Bro, that situation's mad, bro. That whole situation's mad. I don't even know what it is, bro. And that happened, like you said, Ahmad. We literally just finished. Shane just left the house. Shane, we just finished shooting. Shane just left the house, and then the news. Shane was just getting on the train, and we saw the news. I was like, fuck's sake, man. I don't know enough about the situation, but I just feel like, bro, it don't matter, innit? Like, man saw who won the pitch, who won the game on the pitch, bro. Everyone saw who won the game on the pitch. Even if Man City get deducted their titles and they go to Arsenal and United, no one's going to remember that. Man are going to remember Man City's team doing a three-peat. That's what people are going to remember. Because sport is with your eyes, bro. If you're 28 and being horrifically referred to as the next big thing, I think you need to be like Saint Aloma and have a significant amateur pedigree. And even he turned pro at like 25, bro. That's what I'm saying. I love boxing. You might know this. I love boxing, bro. I love boxing. That's why I'm here. I don't want to hear about anyone being called. And shout out to Vidal Riley as well. I mean, he's from Ends. Not my Ends, but he's from Ends. Young black man doing his thing. Friends with Rants and X and all that kind of people. So he's friends of friends. Shout out him. Making his money, being successful, shout out him. But from a boxing fan's perspective, I don't want to hear no one be talked about as the next best thing or the biggest signing in British boxing and all these kind of things if you are not showing me any intention of fighting for world titles. And I talk about this all the time. With the man then, black men mostly, but man from London, man from England, just setting up their stall in a very non-ambitious way. Do you know what I'm saying? How many men in Britain are up and coming and said, yeah, I want to win world titles? Ben Whittaker was described when Eddie signed him as the biggest signing in world boxing, or certainly the biggest signing in British boxing by far. He's not mentioned world titles once. He's not mentioned world titles once. He's never mentioned wanting to fight for world titles. So what does that tell me about you? What does that tell me about you? How can I get excited about you? Do you know what I mean? Arsenal haven't won the league for many years, but you know they want to win the league. I can't get excited by a project where the manager basically talks like he doesn't want to win the league. Who wants that? By the way, on the Vidal thing, his career has been mad stunted considering his stint in America and the boxer shit show. He ain't a prospect. He needs to get fights in being too inactive in his career. Bro, I don't even know how much he's bothered about it. Do you know what I'm saying? One of the things that makes boxing as great as it is, and one of the reasons boxing, in my opinion, is better than UFC, I just had a whole conversation with Ricky about this, is because of the singular solo focus on boxing. You guys know the rule of 10,000 hours. That's what they say, how many hours you have to do something to be a specialist, whether you're playing the guitar, whether you're playing football, whatever you're doing, you need 10,000 hours to be a specialist. And when I'm watching MMA, I'm watching a man do 5,000 hours or 3,000 hours in 4 or 5 different things, which is great, really impressive. But it's not 10,000 hours. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when I'm looking at Vidal, I'm wondering how much of his 10,000 hours is going into boxing and how much of it is going into content, social media, managing people, all this other stuff, and getting too distracted with other things. Especially getting too distracted with other things early. When we talk about Tunde as a trainer for Anthony Yard and we say that he's limited, we also say as a manager, he was great. He was getting Anthony Yard, relatively unknown boxer, great big financial deals with Rowdy Dassies and all the rest of it. That's great. But what are we talking about when it comes to boxing? Do you know what I'm saying? 10 fights in, man are talking about deals. Why are we talking about deals? I don't remember AJ having big deals. AJ got big deals, partly he's heavyweight, but he was gold medalist at the Olympics. Then he was a top prospect, and then he became world champion. Do you know what I mean? Then big deals. That's when Lucas Age comes in, Under Armour comes in, whatever. But he achieved things. AJ achieved things and then got big deals. You don't just get the deals with no achievements. Do you know what I'm saying? How much does that stress you out? When you are a professional fighter, you should wake up every single day, especially when you're in camp, thinking about boxing and not thinking about a photo shoot or any of that other stuff. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it is for me. How can he change the result after 2 months? Bro, Africa is African corruption blood. That's all it is, bro. His biggest mistake was going to America, signing for Mayweather Promotions in the case of Vidal. Facts. And the other thing is as well, you got to be realistic. That sounds good. You see the man name, yeah? How many men do we know that want to start businesses, and they want to start businesses that are record labels? They want to start businesses that are fashion labels. They want to start businesses that are, sexy businesses. Do you know what I'm saying? Football management companies. How many men do you know that want to start cleaning companies? How many men do you know that want to start plumbing companies? Because these businesses are not sexy, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they make bread. Do you know what I'm saying? I've got two brethren of cleaning companies that make more money than anyone I know of a fashion label, but it's not a sexy business. When you're signing to Floyd Mayweather Promotions, you got to think, bro, what UK star has come from Mayweather Promotions? What does Mayweather know? What does Mayweather Promotions know about the UK landscape? You're not going to be a big star in America. That just seemed like an ego signing. You signed to say, I'm signed to Mayweather Promotions because it sounds good. But what does that actually do for you, though? Do you know what I'm saying? What does it do for you? Nothing, bro. Even the Jaya Pattaya thing is very disappointing. I thought he was going for legacy, but he showed me not exactly. Jaya Pattaya left Matchroom, and there were only two fighters in the world who had belts other than him. Michaelian and Zerdo Ramirez. Zerdo is with and Zerdo has two. Zerdo has two belts. And Zerdo's come up for 168. And Zerdo's with Golden Boy. I'd never heard any conversation about Jaya Pattaya talking to Golden Boy. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's not like, well, Golden Boy don't operate in America in Australia, because with Zuffa Boxing, like the UFC, they have their own gym. So you've left Australia and gone to America. So you could have signed with Golden Boy and got that unification. Never heard about it. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not showing me that. Went to a place where he's comfortable in Misfits Pro. Fam, he's just going to end up being a Misfits fighter. I said this back when we were on DR Sports. I said this 3 years ago. I said it 3 years ago. Ask Shane. I said, we'll probably see Vidal Riley do something like jumping back and forth between Pro and Misfits. I said it. Man told me that can't be done. Once you're a pro, you're a pro. That's it. Can't be done. So, bro, we'll see. We will see. Let me watch these highlights, actually. First, I want to start with the Man United game. Oh, no, I saw this game. I saw the Man United highlights earlier, actually. That was funny. What was it again? Chelsea. Let's watch the Chelsea highlights. Let me watch these Chelsea highlights. Robert Sanchez, bruv. Robert Sanchez, bruv. Roberto Sanchez. Hey, and this is the man are telling me that they would pick Sanchez over Raya in a combined 11. This Robert Sanchez, this guy. That's a good ball through. Oh, that's an outrageous finish. That first finish from Beto was an outrageous finish. That's a crazy finish. And he did the Lukaku celebration as well. Bro, how do you finish that? Little poke, bruv. He just bent it around the keeper like that. That's a cold finish. That's actually cold. Jordan Pickford is actually ready for the World Cup, bro. The saves he's been making recently, he did make a big error last week where he missed the ball and he cost them points, but Jordan Pickford's been class this season, honestly. I'm normally very critical of him, but he has actually been class. It's another class save. Bro, Cucurella is dead, bro. Cucurella's dead, bro. Honestly, I don't know why he gets rated so much. Did it go for his legs? Did that just go for Robert Sanchez's legs? Are you serious? Sanchez is a criminal, bro. Sanchez is a criminal, bro. Get this guy out of it, man. I don't want to see black man in goal no more, man. Get out of it, bro. Oh, what a finish. What a finish, bro. Who's that 25? 25, sit down, man. Sanchez is poor for that goal. I want to say Sanchez is poor for that goal, yeah, that last goal, but that goal was binged, blood. That goal was binged, bro. I can't even lie, bro. Man, like Binzel Washington, blood. We're about to get started for the Ammo Williams fight. More Arsenal said Chelsea are done. They really and truly are done. They've been done, to be fair. Chelsea's trophies have always just papered over the cracks with these man, bro. Always. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it is with them. Adama is about to do his ring walk. Adama's, of course, from Dominican Republic, one of my favorite places I've ever traveled. He's like the man who start capital intensive endeavors and continually make inconsequential or, in many cases, suboptimal decisions. Only in the case of boxing, it's not capital; it's time in the gym. Facts, bro. Chelsea conceded 31 goals under Liam and lost 4 goals in a row for the first time since 1993. Shout out my nigga Gucci. I really wish this fight was on the bigger card, man. This fight actually deserves. It's cool that they're headlining, but this fight deserved to be on a big card, bro. It did. It deserved to be on a big card. I'm surprised it's 2:30 in the morning. We're already getting underway to the main event. It's going to be a fairly short live, but fuck it, is what it is, but scrub. I'm assuming you were talking about Robert Sanchez, in which case, absolutely true. I'm telling you, Chelsea is the new Arsenal under late Wenger time. They're just happy when they draw against top teams. Bro, even in Wenger's last years, we were finishing top four, bro. And also in Wenger's last years, people used to banter about Arsenal and say, why doesn't Wenger want to spend money? It's not his money, blah, 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 blah. Bro, Chelsea spend big money and they're still not getting top four. Do you know what I mean? Arsene Wenger already finished sixth one time. He managed the club for 23 years and only finished outside the top four once. That was his last season where he finished sixth. Do you know what I'm saying? Other than that, he's top four every year, bro. Top four every year, bro, for 20 odd years. Man weren't even rating it when we were finishing top four. Man were telling us it was a failure when we finished top four. That's how bad it is. You know what I'm saying? What did man you say, bro? Look at Spurs. Spurs are struggling to pull the purse strings because they are paying for the new stadium. Look at when Arsenal paid for the new stadium. We said, bro, it's difficult to compete while you pay for a stadium. Man didn't want to hear it, bro. Man didn't want to hear it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You think there's man that could do what Wenger did on a shoestring budget and be fucking coming top four in the league? No way. No way, bro. Why is David Diamante doing the ring announcements for this? Amma Williams looks very up for this, bro. 2 billion, 2 billion, bro. 2 billion, bro. Honestly. Ammo Williams looks very, very up for this, bro. Not gonna lie. He looks very up for this. But if we look at late Wenger years, yeah, and we look at who we signed, bro. (2015-16) in the summer, we signed Peter Cech, Mohamed El Neni, a 30-year-old Lucas Podolski. We didn't even sign him. He went on loan. That was it. In the summer, we signed El Neni and Peter Cech. That's all we signed in the 15-16 transfer window, bro. Imagine that. That is all we signed. That's criminal, bro. Man signed El Neni and Peter Cech, blood. And we finished fifth. El Neni and Peter Cech, and we finished fifth that year. Criminal, blood. The following year, I'm trying to see quickly. The following year, who did we sign? The following year, we signed Lucas Perez from Deportivo, Granit Xhaka from Mönchengladbach, and Mustafi, and Rob Holding. That's all we signed, and we finished sixth with an FA Cup, bro. Bro, imagine, bro. Imagine. We're about to get underway for this fight. I'm gassed for it. I can't lie. Here we go, round one. I expect Ammo Williams to throw more punches and be stepping forwards. For me, the moment I see Ammo Williams taking steps back, that's where I know that there could potentially be a problem. Like I say, Ammo Williams throwing the majority of the punches. Adama's probably going to just take a couple of rounds, or take a round to get into it, feel himself out. Adama's nice, snappy jab. But we know it's not about the jabs with him. Ammo Williams is going to be a bit about the jab, a bit about the putting pressure, a bit about the intensity, not letting Adamas get into his rhythm. That's what it's going to be about. It's a good jab from Adama straight away. Oh, good 2 or 3 piece combination from Ammo Williams, actually. Head, body, head. These two are standing right in each other's pockets. These two are standing right in each other's pockets, man. Good right hand from Adamas. Ammo Williams is moving around a lot. Looks very, very kind of not nervous energy, but a lot of shoulder movement. Oh, and that's the first big power punch from Carlos Adamas, and it kind of freezes Ammo Williams. Ammo Williams is a high output fighter. He's going anytime Adamas lands a power punch, Ammo Williams needs to come back with something significant. He cannot allow Carlos Adamas to get into too much confidence to him. As soon as he hits you with something powerful, you need to break his rhythm and don't allow him to. That's another overhand right from Carlos Adamas. So good. And that's the worry I have. And already Ammo Williams is punching slowed down, and he's starting to take a step backwards. Not a lot of steps backwards because Adamas isn't really pushing the pressure just yet, but he's starting to make those steps backwards. Williams is trying to come back with his power punches, but his power punches aren't great. They're very wide and a little bit telegraphed, especially with that kind of shuffly shoulder movement he's doing. What he's good at is the jabs. He's good at the jab and the 1-2, and that's what he needs to stick to. I don't think Williams needs power punches. And now Williams is kind of frozen. Only 14 seconds left. He's moving around. He's circling around the ring. But like I said, As soon as Williams is going backwards, there's problems. I said it straight away. Williams is trying to get his lick back with power, but he ain't got the power Adamas has got. He's going to survive this round. It's not really survive because Adamas isn't really one punch knockout concussive power. That's the end of round one. Adamas don't have one punch power knockout like a Barkram or something like that, but you don't want to be trying to trade power shots with Adamas. Do you know what I'm saying? If I'm fighting Adamas, well, maybe not me because me and Adamas fight a similar style, but if you're fighting Adamas and you're someone that throws a lot of punches, you got to out volume this guy. You can be more accurate and out volume him. Do you know what I mean? But the problem is he hits so hard. Adamas has landed. Amma Williams has landed 5, 6, 7 jabs on Adamas, and Adamas comes back with one power punch, boom, and it just writes. Not only does it write everything off, but when you get hit with that power punch, Amma Williams is freezing. You're jabbing him. You're jabbing him. You're jabbing him. You get hit. You just got to get straight back to it. Jab, jab. And you go straight back to it. Do you know what I mean? You allow the body language to tell the referees and all the fans the story. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up, Giovanni. We're into round 2, by the way. Amo is a big guy. He's very, very muscular, but his size and his style don't work together. Like you say, he is a big guy, but he's a volume guy. Do you know what I mean? Pre-Wamad last said, Coquelin was a baller. Coquelin wasn't bad. Adams freezing Ammo already. I wouldn't be surprised if Ammo gets stopped in 4. I said this. I said, Giovanni, if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, I said, Ammo Williams is going to come out and throw volume. The problem is, as soon as he starts walking backwards, when I see Ammo Williams walking backwards, that's when I know we've got a problem. He's down. Ammo Williams is down in the second round. It's the overhand right again, like I told you. And Ammo Williams is down. He's up. He's up. It was kind of a flash knockdown, but that overhand right from Carlos Adames is so fast. Ammo Williams, and again, I said Carlos Adames is not someone you can give confidence to. It's an overhand right again. It's another overhand right. He's getting mauled in the corner by Adames. He's getting absolutely mauled in the corner. He's trying to rugby tackle him out of there. Ammo Williams has telegraphed. We know he's quite an emotional guy. Ammo Williams, I could see him, looking like he had that real nervous energy. Adames a lot more stoic. Also, big right hand comes straight through the guard. Another right hand again. Like Giovanni said, it's a matter of time. We're all watching this guy. It's a matter of time. There is almost no way from here that Ammo Williams wins this fight. And I said in the show this week, I said it's going to be too much for him. Every right hand. Ammo Williams' biggest problem is body language. He's telegraphing how he's thinking. He's telegraphing what he's feeling. And he's backed himself back into the corner. And he's allowing Carlos Adames to tee up and load up with these power shots. Ammo Williams comes back with a good power shot, but it doesn't really, it's just on the top of Adames' head, and Adames ties him up. Ammo Williams can only win these rounds with volume. He needs to win rounds with volume. He can't go single, shot for shot with Carlos Adames. And now the punching from Williams is gone. He's not throwing anything. Those first 30, 40 seconds, he did okay with those jabs. The right hands are coming straight through the guard now. Carlos Adames being really nice and patient. Carlos Adames stalking him across the ring. Carlos throwing some feints, seeing if Ammo Williams bites on them. Goes to the body. I wouldn't mind one more body shot. I reckon he's going to dummy to the body and go to the head. I don't want to say this because I know that Ammo Williams has had mental health issues in the past, so I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but he almost looks mentally beaten a little bit. That's a good right hand from Carlos Adames. And that right hand, Williams is backing up with a high guard, and Adames' right hand is coming straight through the guard. Straight through the guard. Like I say, the problem that Ammo Williams has, he was actually having some success in the first 30, 40 seconds. He's just jabbing, double jab, jabbing, double jab, jab, double jab. That was working fine. Go in there, get your jabs off, get out of there, make him come to you. Instead, you wanted to stay in the pocket and trade with this guy that hits harder than you. Ammo Williams don't hit hard. And then when you're hit, you're telegraphing everything. Fights shouldn't be won on body language, but very often they are won on body language. And if you're sitting here telling us all that you're hurt and you're in pain and we can see the damage that's been done to you, that's no good. I like that Carlos Adames is being very patient here. He knows he's got his man hurt. We're into round 3. He knows he's got his man hurt, but he's not pushing it. He's not forcing it. Chris Mannix gave Williams the first round. I don't know why. Ammo Williams coming back with a little bit more volume now, throwing more punches. Round 2, he didn't throw anything. And Carlos Adames doing what he does, picking his spot. And Adames has actually changed his punching style. He's kind of throwing these short corkscrew punches instead of the overhands. And I'm not sure why that is. The straight right was working really well, and he's gone away from that now to throw these kind of short corkscrew punches. And I'm not sure about this. Half the round's gone, and Adames hasn't really had the impact I would have hoped for him to have. Amber Williams got his feet back underneath him a little bit. He's circling, he's getting backed up by Carlos Adames, but he's not really getting backed up by punches. He's just getting backed up by footwork. He's just getting walked down. One minute left in this round, and again, Carlos hasn't landed anything significant. It could end up being a Williams round just by virtue of the fact that Carlos Adames hasn't landed anything. Ammo's not really landed anything great, but 1 or 2 good power punches could change that. Ammo's at least getting his jabs off. Carlos Adames with a 1-2, kind of a lazy 1-2. He didn't really believe it. Both trying to feint each other. This is a poor round. I'll be honest. This is a poor round of boxing. Ammo Williams walking backwards, shoulder shimmying as he does, not really offering anything. The odd pouring jab here and there. Carlos Adames kind of stalking. Ammo Williams lands a good check left hook and a good right hand there. It's got to be an Ammo Williams round. It's got to be. And unfortunately, Carlos Adames has just completely given that round up. He's just giving it up. Carlos Adames, I don't know what he just did there. After dropping Ammo Williams in round 3, in round 2, just took a round off. He just completely took a round off. He doesn't have the technical ability to win rounds. He just won a round versus someone who can be as ferocious as Adames. This is the thing. If Adames is aggressive, he can win rounds. He can hurt his man. But for some reason, he just took all the aggression out of that fight. I don't really understand why. That to me looks like Adames just took a round off. And I really can't figure out why he's done that. It was. But I don't think he done anything too impressive. Carlos just didn't impose himself in any way whatsoever. I think it's more disappointing for Carlos than it is great for Ammo, in my opinion. Maybe I'm being unfair. Round 4, let's go. Ammo Williams starts with a lot of volume, throwing a lot of punches straight away. It's turning into a real dogfight. Adamas hits him low in the middle of an exchange. It was low. The ref has given a timeout. And it's turning into a dogfight. They've stopped it to give Ammo Williams some time. Oh, that was very low. I said that, and he goes to hands him around for no reason. Facts. Ammo Williams has come out and started this with a lot of volume. Yeah, 100%. That's Ammo Williams. That's his best. That's his best thing. It's got to be volume. And Adamas needs to throw his power punches at the right times. If you're Ammo and I'm Adamas, you have to land 5 of your punches to win the round over 1 of my punches. It's good counter right hook from Carlos Adamas. That right hook is really, really tidy. Ammo needs to not overcommit with the combinations. Land a couple of jabs, get on your bike, reset, land a couple of jabs again. When you reset, you can land punches. We know that. You start to get greedy and go for 4s and 5s, you're going to eat something that you don't want to eat, because Carlos Adamas is very good at throwing punches in between. And that's how he got dropped. There you go. Carlos Adamas starting to tee off. Whoever throws first lands first. Carlos went for the overhand right again. They got tied up there, but it's a good uppercut. Williams started the round really well. Adamas is starting to kind of wrestle the round back a little bit. And again, because of the way that Ammo Williams telegraphs his body language, when Adamas is on top, it looks worse. Do you know what I'm saying? When Ammo Williams is winning the round or doing well in the round, it looks like he's scoring a couple jabs. Whereas when Adamas is winning the rounds, it looks like he's landing power punches and roughing his man up and making his man shell up. And, you know, it's all body language. Like I say, that body language is what could lose a round here. Last 40 seconds, and I'm going to give this round to whoever can impress me now in the last 30, 40 seconds, because it's been pretty close. There was a spell when Ammo was on top, but then there was a spell when Carlos was on top as well. It was a good 2-piece from Carlos Adamas. He thought about going again, but chose not to. See, Carlos only throwing 1 or 1-2. He ain't throwing too many punches, but those punches are all going to be hard. Ammo Williams kind of flicking out that jab. He's just trying to score. He ain't got to be too much power on it. He's just trying to land. Still even for me. I'm leaning slightly more towards Adamas for that round. Slightly more, but it's very close. I'm not mad if anyone wants to score that to Ammo Williams as well. I've got second round to Williams, and everything else I've got to Adamas at the moment. Do you know what I mean? I got the first to him. I know Chris Mannix didn't give it to him. I got the first round to Adamas. I got the third round of 10-8, and I got the fourth round to Adamas as well. I gave the second round to William. Sorry. The second round is the knockdown. Third round to Williams. Fourth round back to Adamas again. Now round 5. Let's see. Again, Ammo Williams stepping forwards, trying to land that jab. Not a lot behind Ammo Williams' punches, though, just trying to score. But he gets walked back so easy. As soon as Adamas, again, we're talking about body language here. We're not talking about boxing, we're talking about body language. As soon as Adamas steps forwards, he steps backwards straight away, which is telling me what? You're scared to get hit again. You're making yourself look more negative than you actually are. It's a good right hand again. Adamas throws that corkscrew right hand really, really well. Moves his head to the left. His head's offline. Goes to the body again. Ammo Williams has put himself in the corner. Now he stepped out of it, but he was in the corner for a good 5-10 seconds, and it's a good overhand right from Adamas. Ammo Williams is in the corner for a good 5-10 seconds, and Adamas didn't make the most of it. And now he throws that overhand right with his foot kind of up in the air. I can see Carlos. I can see his kind of limitations here. And again, Ammo Williams back in the corner. Ammo Williams just landed one or two good jabs, good jab, good jab. Then he tried to go for the power left and lost his position. He needs to just leave the power punches alone, leave them alone, and just focus on the jab. If you make this a jabbing competition, you win the fight. But you're just you know trying to fight a fight that you don't need to fight. The right hand for Carlos has been a little bit disappointing here for me. Ammo Williams is there with the high guard. Nice work from Ammo Williams. Just throws that flicky jab 3 or 4 times so he can come off the ropes. Doesn't need to land clean. Blood coming from the nose of Ammo Williams. Maybe the right hand is doing more damage than I realize, but it just doesn't look like it's getting through the guard like it was earlier. That's a good right hand there. Do you think Adamas versus Shiraz 2 is going to happen? No, definitely not. Adamas can't make 168. Yeah, he'll be too small at 168. Way too small. Definitely not. The only reason Ammo has a chance in this is because Coach Cunningham, other than that, Adamas just looks like he's going to break him down sooner or later. He does look like that, but Adamas also looks like he could lose this, like just little bits of concentration. He's just looking too one-dimensional right now, Carlos Adamas. He's looking a little bit too patient, waiting for his moment to land that right hand. And if the moment kind of comes and goes and he doesn't land it just, I could see where we get to the late rounds and he could be chasing the fight. Doing, I've got him up on the scorecards, but he's just got to show more to me. Doing, Williams missing a lot with the power shot. He just needs to focus on the jab. That's what I'm saying, bro. Just trying to power punch for no reason. Like man get lazy and think that power punches are gonna, be more effective. Bro, it's not, bro. Like, big man thing is not. If you're not a power puncher and you ain't got the skills to land that shot, there's no point. Especially when the jab's working for you. You got something that's working. Why change it? He keeps starting the round with jabs. Good 3-4 piece combination there from Ammo Williams. He keeps starting the round of jabs, taking control of the round, and then when he tries a power punch and he misses it, straight away, oh, it's a big left hand. They're exchanging, and in that exchange, they both exchange at the same time. And Carlos Adamas got caught with a big left hand. But even though he got caught, those exchanges, Carlos doesn't mind that. He wants that. And now Ammo Williams trying to build on that, and Carlos Adamas doing the only thing he knows how to do, which is to fight back, staying chest to chest and just fighting back. Ammo Williams is pushing Carlos Adamas backwards. Carlos trying to rain shots into his ribs. Ammo looks a little bit tired from that because that's not really his style. But again, Ammo got a little bit greedy there for me. Do you know what I mean? He landed that one power shot and he got greedy. And he should have gone back and reset. For me, I got Ammo Williams winning one round. The rest of the rounds I've got to Adamas, and Adamas dropped him with a big right hand in the second round. And again, boys, this is what I'm talking about, body language. The most significant punch of the fight was the big left hand that Ammo Williams landed. But if you're watching this, Ammo's walking backwards. He looks nervous. He looks like he's hurt. He looks like he's gasping for air. But you landed the power punch. But your body language is not giving the body language of somebody that landed the power punch. You're giving too much up. Adamas looks shit in this fight. I don't think he looks shit, bro. This Adamas always fights like this. Literally, the Hamza Shiraz fight is probably the fight of his life. Big man thing. That was probably the best performance I've ever seen from him. Do you know what I mean? Even in his last fight, he won and stopped the guy, but he did look similar to this. This is often how he fights. He's very, very one-dimensional. But that one dimension is normally enough. And here, Ammo Williams is in the corner and they're getting into another swingers. I think the legs are going from Ammo Williams. You know, Giovanni said it earlier that Carlos Adames is going to break him down sooner or later. And I think that's what we're seeing because the legs are gone. Ammo Williams is trying to move around the ring to get out of trouble. But he's gasping for air. He's got his mouth wide open. And Carlos Adames looks like he could do this for another 6-7 rounds. There he goes. Blood coming from the mouth and nose of Ammo Williams. And he's given a good account of himself, Ammo Williams. He doesn't look outclassed. But do you know what it is? It looks like Ammo Williams came here believing he was going to lose. That's what it is. It looks like he came here believing he was going to lose. If he came here really, really, really believing he could win, he could go and win this fight. This is not an unwinnable fight for him. Do you know what I'm saying? I think about the Teddy Atlas talk to Tim Bradley. You're gonna cry tomorrow. You're gonna cry tomorrow because you're gonna wake up tomorrow and look at yourself in the mirror and see a man who didn't do enough. You're gonna cry tomorrow. AB says your jab will take you around the world. Not Shane's jab. His jab's terrible, man. It'll take him nowhere, blood. Can't get him out of North. I'm joking. Going into round 7, there's still a lot of fight to go. Anything could happen. But this Ammo Williams trying to get these power punches off, I just don't know about this tactic. I don't know about this tactic. Into round 7, let's go. WBC middleweight title. 160's got some good fighters as well. The way that Williams is fighting, even if he were to get a result here, it just seems like he loses the next fight. Ammo Williams has got to where he is mostly on heart and belief. But there's a cap to how far heart can get you. Chris Mannix has got every single round to Adamas, bar the first. I gave the third to Williams. That's the round that Adamas basically took off. But other than that, we've got it the same. This is the problem with Ammo Williams. You're fighting a power puncher. You were the guy with more, I don't want to say technique, but you're the guy that uses the jab and is working more with your technique. But you're not winning rounds. Normally, the technique guy is the guy that wins the rounds. And if you get knocked out, you get knocked out, but you win the rounds. You can't even win rounds against this guy. Good right hand from Adamas, straight through the guard. Another good right hand from Adamas. And again, the legs just slightly buckle from Ammo Williams. And that is just going to give Adamas confidence that he can hurt you and that he can get through that guard. Adamas just feeling out the guard. He wants that another left hand. Ammo Williams has got to work his jab right here. This way he works his jab. This way you got to work your jab because he's trying to find the angle. Don't let him have the angle. That's okay from Ammo. Moves away. You know when you're in the corner and he stops and starts eyeing you up like that. He's looking for that gap. Don't give him the gap. Good right hand again. Good snappy right hand from Carlos Adames. Ammo Williams just tried to throw a left, right, and all 3 of them missed. Oh, it's a big right hand. It landed on the gloves, but it moved his whole body. That's how powerful Carlos Adames is with these punches. And Carlos Adames just dancing around and throwing Ammo Williams around the ring. 10 seconds left in this round. This is a comprehensive round for Adames. Even though no power, but Adames starting to feel himself and throw in some nice movement there. This is it. Williams is like Dave Allen. He just surprised how he got there, bro. That's how it looks, bro. Big man thing. That's how it looks, bro. The black Dave Allen, blood. Big man thing. No belief, bro. You don't believe he can win, bro. That's the truth. Do you know what I mean? You don't believe it. And like I say, we know his story. He's had mental health issues in the past to overcome those issues. But the problem is, we try to be positive. We try to support people. But in the world of boxing, you're just telling me that I can take your confidence away from you. Do you know what I'm saying? I can take your confidence away from you. I can take you into a bad place mentally. And in the ring, that's where you're going to find out. You're giving that guy confidence. Even if Ammo Williams comes out into a fight and starts beating you and he's jabbing you and he's outboxing you and he's up on the cards, you know you can drag this guy into deep waters. You know I can drag you into deep waters and I can drown you. Do you know what I mean? And that's unfortunately what it is, as savage as it is. Into round 8. It's been a decent fight, this. Again, Ammo pressing the action first, as he always does. Comes out, his coach is giving him good instructions, good motivational speech. I imagine he comes out raring to go. But there, look, he's eaten 2 or 3 punches, and straight away he's going backwards. I think Carlos Adames will be disappointed that in round 8 he hasn't dropped him again, because he dropped him in the second round. He should really be dropping him again, if I'm honest with you. You only landed a couple jabs. He's got that high guard. But just with a couple jabs, he starts walking backwards. That's a good uppercut from Carlos Adames. That's a great uppercut. And Carlos Adames just creeping forwards, putting these power punches together. I don't want to say Carlos Adames reminds me of Beterbiev, but he does in this fight with the style. Do you know what I mean? He's just coming forwards and knowing every punch I throw at you is hurting. Do you know what I mean? Yo, that's exactly what he did, bro. He just grabbed his he grabbed his waist and just danced around with him, blood. He just did some samba, but he just grabbed his waist and started doing all this, blood. I mean, what's all that, blood? Carlos, what are we doing here, cuz? And you know what? It's funny you say Loma, because look at the angles that Carlos Adames is throwing his punches from. That's a Loma punch right there. Dips low, right hand, gets under. Carlos Adames again winning this round for me. Ammo Williams trying to come back with those jabs, but the jabs aren't landing. And this is the problem. Now I'm concerned, because the one thing Ammo Williams does have is the speed and the consistency of that jab. With the speed gone of that jab, we're just waiting. We're just waiting to see this guy's head get taken off. Tries to come back with some aggression. But Carlos Adames is not taking more than 2 steps back. If Carlos Adames takes 2 steps backwards, he's throwing a power punch. Ammo Williams trying to put his hands together. But every time he has success, Carlos Adames is punching him backwards, punching him backwards. When Ammo Williams punches Carlos Adames, he stops Carlos Adames from coming forwards. But when Carlos Adames punches Ammo Williams, he actually pushes him backwards with the power. That's how strong Carlos Adames is. I will say Adames having a little bit more difficulty getting through that guard, and that is a really good left hand from Ammo Williams off the pivot, but that's another Carlos Adames round. Boxing is a dangerous sport. You have to be fit mentally and physically. I mean, I think he's physically fit. I think he's mentally fit, but I just feel like, you know, certain people you feel like you're not going to break them, and certain people you feel like I could probably break this guy. And I feel like Carlos Adames is looking at Williams and thinking, I can probably break this guy. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. Going into round 9. I've enjoyed this fight though. It's a good fight, really good fight. And again, Ammo Williams pressing the action. But this typically only lasts 20, 30 seconds. He's landed a couple jabs, a couple of those flicky jabs, another good jab there. Adames with his first right hand though. And as soon as the dark roll, every round is the same. Williams comes out and he's landing his jab for the first 20, 30 seconds. And then once Adames lands one solid, clean power punch, Williams starts walking backwards. I actually think Williams is in with a better chance of winning this fight if he could walk forwards. There's a good right hand from Adames straight through the guard again. The overhand right is there now because Williams' guard is a little bit lower. His hands are starting to get tired. His guard is a little bit lower. When his guard is up, he's very conscious that it's up. It's a good free piece from Williams. Puts his hands together really well. If you don't believe in yourself and you're in the wrong sport, Mike Tyson said you have to be delusional if you're a fighter. Facts. Ammo has done Adames. Ammo has Adames looking like a Soviet school fighter, bro. That's exactly what it's like, bro. Adames just walking him down, bro. And the thing is, Ammo's got nothing on his shots. Adames is happy to eat 1 or 2 jabs in order to get one of his power punches off. Because your 2 jabs are doing 10 hit points on me. My 1 power punch is doing 30 hit points on you. So that's what it is. Adames throwing that disrespectful right hand again with the right foot coming off the ground. So he's off balance. If Ammo could time him, he could catch him off balance. But I just don't think he has the power. Ammo coming to step forwards a little bit. I wonder if Adames is going to slow down in the 10th. I got a feeling that Adames might slow down in the 10th just to conserve energy for the championship rounds and try and really win the fight in the eyes of the judges. Ammo again, a good little flurry. Good right hand from Adames again. And look at Ammo Williams' guard, very, very low now. He was keeping it up naturally. Now he's very conscious of himself keeping it up. That's when the arms start to feel heavy. Good left hand from Carlos Adames on Ammo Williams. They're exchanging, but Ammo's coming off the worst, and the bell has just saved him there. Just about saved him. And they're into round 10. Well, not quite. They're in the corners. Yeah, bro. Yep. World title fight, £160. £160 world title. WBC world title. You know, the WBC love giving the titles to the Latin fighters. Do you know what I'm saying? If you speak Spanish, WBC will give you a title. And it looked like he was very, very close to going, to be fair. Ammo Williams looked very, very close to getting knocked down in that round. And if he does get knocked down again, I don't know that he has the strength to get back up again into round 10. Ammo again. This time, Carlos Adames pushes the action a little bit earlier. They're getting into a real firefight. Both throwing power shots and trying to get the head movement. Ammo Williams is trying to stop and disrupt the flow of Carlos Adames, but Carlos Adames comes back and starts pushing him across the ring with his punches. I think Carlos Adames can smell the finish line now. Carlos Adames just stalking. Ammo just walking backwards pensively. Big right hand from Carlos Adames. They're getting into another exchange. Blood still coming from the mouth of Ammo Williams. Big right hand goes straight through the guard. Carlos Adames, you can tell, wants the stoppage. Oh, it's a good right hand. Good counter right from Carlos Adames again. And Carlos just came out and said, I'm not allowing you to get your punches off like you normally do. And Carlos has done this like a champion, just growing into the fight, pacing himself really well. Ammo Williams looks tired. The jab, good jab, power jab, 2 power jabs from Carlos Adames. A third one. Where's the right hand? It's got to be coming soon. There's the right hand. Just as I said it. But I want to see rounded punches from Carlos Adames now. He's throwing straights, but I want to see some rounded punches. I want to see a hook. There's a 2-piece straight through the guard. This is a bad round for Ammo. A good right hand, overhand right. Ammo's legs are wobbled just slightly. Ammo throws 2 Hail Marys, misses them both. Ammo Williams just been completely outclassed here. Again, Carlos Adames just ducks, takes a step back, slips, comes back with a right hand. I want to see rounded punches here from Carlos Adames. He's throwing all his punches straight. I want to see something come around. There's a lot of space behind the guard. If he comes around, good overhand right. It's still coming quite straight. It's that kind of corkscrew punch. I want to see something come really around. There you go. The left hook kind of come a little bit more around. Good power. It's a good check left hook there from Ammo Williams, but it wasn't really enough. It's a good left hand from Carlos Adames as well. That we just watched Ammo Williams get beat up for 3 minutes there, boy. We just watched Ammo Williams get beaten the shit out of for 3 minutes. That's all we saw. Unofficial scorecard, Shane, has Chris Mannix giving every round to Carlos Adames. The second round was a 10-8 because he knocked him down. Every other round was a 10-9, except the first round goes to Ammo Williams on the scorecard, on the unofficial scorecard. For me, I actually have the same, but I gave the first round to Carlos Adames and I gave the third round to Ammo Williams. The rest of it, all Carlos Adames. But this round here, round 10, this round here, we didn't see nothing from. We just saw probably the best round of box I've ever seen from Carlos Adames. Ammo Williams could not lay a glove on him. He is slipping out of range, coming back with counters, putting his hands together really well. He absolutely battered the life out of Ammo Williams there. Into round 11. More of the same straight away. What's been happening throughout this fight, for those of you that haven't been watching, is Ammo Williams has been starting off really active in the first 20 seconds of a round, and then Carlos Adames has landed a power punch and started to take that power back. In the last 2 rounds, the 10th and the 11th, Carlos Adames has come out very, very strong and not even allowed Ammo Williams to get that control in the round in the first place. I'm just looking at Chris Mannix's scorecard. It's up now. 10-9 Williams, first round. Everything else is 10-9 or 10-8 all the way through for Carlos Adames. It's almost an 11-0. Carlos Adames can box his way to a win, but he wants a stoppage. You can tell he wants a stoppage. And so he should. When you drop a man in the second round and you beat him up for 10 more rounds, you expect to drop him. But when he dropped him in the second round, it was an overhand right. And it was quite wide. I want to see another wide punch. You can get around the high guard. Amber Williams backed himself into a corner. Amber Williams just caught Carlos Adames with a check like a little slip jab, and Carlos Adames' legs buckled. The ref nearly gave a knockdown, but it wasn't actually a knockdown. He quickly regathered himself. His knee and his hand didn't touch the canvas. I think it was more of a kind of slip / caught off balance, but still. Now Carlos Adames continues to put the pressure on Amber Williams. Always a big right hand. Did he just punch the gummy shield out? He did. The gummy shield is out of Amber Williams' mouth right now. And Carlos Adames just stalking him. Amber Williams is moving left and moving right, moving left, moving right. And eventually, Amber Williams asked the ref to put the gum shield back in, and we're back underway. But this whole fight, Amber Williams' mouth has been open. He's looked like he's out of breath. Carlos Adames just teeing off on him in the corner. Fights like this show you why Adames is considered good but not elite. Because again, you will feel like a stoppage was there. The guy, your man is there to be stopped, and you're just not stopping him. You've won every round bar one. You've knocked him down in the second. You've really beat him up and brutalized him in the last round. This round's similar, to be fair. Just stalked him and beat him up. Lefts and rights everywhere. Amber Williams very much in survival mode. Last few seconds of round 11. Amber Williams has taken a lot of punishment over the last 2 rounds. And that's it. That's the end of round 11. This guy can take punches. But the thing is, he can, but it's all telegraphed, bro. The punches that knock you out and knock you down are the ones that you don't see coming. And Carlos Adames is here. He's looking right here. And every punch is here. So even if I'm faster than you, it's all stuff I can see coming. But you've got these punches, these punches. You've got to get around the guard. Do you know what I mean? You've got to throw some diversity. Maybe you just pour and then come through. I'm not seeing any of that. It's just straight, 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 straight. Straight. It's all straight. It's all stuff that he can actually see. Do you know what I mean? That's why he's kind of bracing and wincing and he's getting hit. In the second round, he got hit by a punch he didn't see coming. He was throwing a punch and got hit here. That's why he went down. Do you know what I mean? You got to throw in some more diversity in the attack. You know, I'm a little bit disappointed in Carlos Adames' lack of variety in attack. We're going into the championship round, and I guess it doesn't matter because he's going to win. But this is why he's very, very good, but not necessarily that level. And needs to get into a fight straight away. Amber Williams knows he needs something. He probably knows he's lost the fight. Carlos Adames is going to try and fight the fight out of him entirely first. Amber Williams getting really aggressive, teeing off on Carlos Adames. Carlos Adames knows he's just going to eat those punches, but 1 or 2 power punches will set him straight, and that's what he's trying to do now. Now Carlos Adames is on the attack. He's looking for an angle. Like I say, he's just stalking for an angle. Throws a wild uppercut. I'm not mad at the uppercut. That is a punch that's there. The uppercut is there. He's got the high guard up sometimes. The uppercut is right there. Amber Williams determined to try and make this a fight. The last 2 rounds have not been competitive. 10 and 11, we just see Carlos Adames get beat up Amber Williams entirely. Good body shot. I thought it was a good body shot. Ref's giving him a warning because it was low. Oh, the ref is actually deducting a point for a low blow from Carlos Adames. It will be inconsequential, but and they go straight back to trading. Oh, 2 right hands have buckled the legs of Amber Williams. Amber Williams just doesn't have great balance at all. They're trying to give the audience their money's worth. Ammo is just throwing everything. He's throwing absolutely everything that he's got. You can see that. He just doesn't have enough. And he's kind of punched himself out, but there's still 90 seconds to go. And Carlos Adama's looking to try and get that stoppage. And like Ahmad said in the chat, Ahmad Williams has taken a lot of punishment this round. A lot of punishment this fight. Good boxing from Carlos Adama's. He transitions in and out of his guard really quick, really smoothly. Good uppercut as well. Almost everything can land at the moment. Everything is snapping Ahmad Williams' head back. Great uppercut again. Could Ahmad Williams get stopped here? 40 seconds left. He looks like he's in a lot of distress. Doesn't really look like going, but he's definitely feeling it. 30 seconds left. Blood gushing from the mouth of Ahmad Williams. Last 10 seconds. And everything Williams does just too telegraphed. And that's the end of the fight. That is the end of the fight. Whew. We just watched Ahmad Williams take an absolute thumping. He just took a real beating there. That was a serious licks that he took. Serious licks. Serious licks, Joey. And that's got to be an Ahmad Williams. There's going to be a Carlos Adama's fight win because, yeah, you know what else could it be? Do you know what I mean? Because my man was getting thumped up in there. Still, I can't lie. I'm trying to see who the other world champions are. I know we've got Lara Janabek, but the IBF is actually vacant, and I want to see who is the number one contender for that. So it'd be great to see him start to try to unify this division. Osleys Iglesias, also from Dominican Republic. So I don't know if they have some type of connection or if they're out of the same gym at all. Wait, is that 160 or 168? Oh, that's 168, my bad. Ignore that. Oh, Aaron McKenna is number 4 for the IBF. So you got Etinosa Olia, who, I'll be honest, I do not know who that is. He's tall though, 181 meters, 21. Is he Mexican? No, Mexican. He's Italian. A black Italian. There's some black Italian guy. Then you've got Shaquille Thompson, who's from Britain. And then you've got Aaron McKenna and Amari Jones, who was obviously on this undercard. So for me, I would like to see him try to look at that as a unification fight. Kieran. George Liddard is down in 15. He obviously won tonight. Congratulations to him. Callum Walsh is also in that list at number 7. Amari Jones is at number 5. Aaron McKenna is at number 4. It's going to be interesting to see what the IBF want to do with regards to who is in that number 1 slot, because there's some good fights there. And I would like to see him try to unify at 160. Wagwan Samson, what you saying? Mismatch. This can take years off Amo's career. Career? It's going to take years off Amo's life. Not his career. Amo's career is pretty much over, blood. I'm not going to lie, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Amo Williams is now 30 with two losses on his record, one stoppage to Hamza Shiraz, one points to Carlos Adamas. You know, two top level opponents. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, this kind of fight would take years off a man's life, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Honestly. But I want to know who the IBF is going to make the number one contender to for that fight. Do you know what I mean? Because I think a good I think 160 needs some. Do you know what I'm saying? Needs some unifications. I'm ready. Do you know what I mean? Man's been hearing about Janabek for a long time. Well, even Janabek. I mean, Janabek got popped dirty, didn't he? So that belt could be up for grabs. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying, Jerry. Osley's fighting in April. Okay, let's definitely thank you for that. Let's keep an eye on that. I can't lie, you'd rather get knocked out than take a beating like that. You could tell because the title was on the line. Amo showed more heart not to get stopped. 100%. 100%. The thing is in boxing, it's like, bro, you're always fighting for your next payday. You know what I'm saying? That's where man lose their life because you get knocked out, you know, you're done. Man to see you as a bum. Do you know what I mean? You fight hard for 36 minutes and you lose 5 years of your life, blood. That's just what it is. Where does Ammo go from here? He's got to go home, blood. He's just got to allow it, bro. Do you know what I mean? Lester Martinez fighting now on YouTube. Yeah, why not, man? You're right, blood. We knew that fight. We knew the outcome of that fight. So why not? You say that was on Pro Box TV. Let's have a look. Okay, cool. I might as well watch. Yeah, say for that, DJ Mike. You might as well watch this. 60 is an odd place. Janabek pop dirty. I don't know who fights who right now. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. There's opportunities for a couple Brits. So I'm going to be biased and look at it from a British perspective. There's opportunities for a couple Brits to go there and pick up some belts, bro. I wonder if we'll see Conor Benn try to campaign at 60. But if Janabek gets stripped or can't fight, do you know what I'm saying, for the WBO, like I say, Denzel Bentley is right there. He's the number one. Tim Zoo's number 4. Shaquille Thompson is number 3 for the IBF. Chris Eubank Jr. is still number 7. How can Chris Eubank Jr. still be ranked number 7 for the WBA? Come on, man. Let's move on, man. Let's allow that. WBC obviously just got wrapped up and just got defended. Amo Williams was ranked number 3 for WBC, but he's out. So, and that Olia is ranked number 5 for the WBC. So if Aaliyah can win, is Aaliyah fighting for the title in April? Let me check the schedule and see if Aaliyah's fight is for that title because it'd be good if that fight is for the title. And this fight here is what WBC interim. You're saying? What date in April is Aaliyah fighting? Do you know? I'm trying to look at the. That might not even be a headliner. So I'm gonna have to check all the cards. Oh, it will be. Yeah, he will be fighting for the. Oh, he's fighting Shaquille Thompson. I'm so stupid. He's actually fighting Shaquille Thompson for the vacant belt. Yeah, we got to watch that then. When is that happening? Do we actually have a date for that yet or no? This is posted on Boxing Scene like 10 days ago. Trying to find a date for it. Hmm. Let me go to his box rec, see if there's a date for this fight. Because we'll have to put that on the list to cover that then. Because I will wanna cover that fight. Nah, there's no date for it yet. F Texer, what who said that April? Yeah, DJ Mikey, how do you know it's in April? Because I can't actually find a date for it. This fight is very scrappy. Where is this fight? Oh, it's in California. And this is for 168 interim. Bro, it's yeah, both these men get pieced up by Shiraz anyway, so yeah. Well done to these man, but yeah, man know what's gonna happen now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like man already know what's gonna happen. So shout out to them, man. WBC is currently Chris and Bealey. Chris and Bealey pieces up both these man anyway. This fight is very, very scrappy. Last 10 seconds, sorry, of round 11. That's the end of round 11, bro. This fight is scrappy, bro. And Bealey drew to Martinez on Canelo undercard versus Crawford. Yeah. This fight is scrappy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Shiraz beats and Bealey. Yeah, bro. Shiraz needs to pattern up, bro. But I don't know what he's playing at, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously he beat Belanga, but when's his fight, bro? He should be fighting up for world titles at 168. Do you know what I'm saying? There's two vacant belts, and there's he probably is, to be fair. Let me double check. Okay, in May he's fighting Alen Begic for the vacant WBO. Okay, all right, fair enough. These man look slow, bro. These man look heavy for 168, bro. Why do they look so slow? This is mad, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, this is actually crazy, DJ Mikey. I can't believe. How did you even know this was on, blood? What? This is mad, bro. This is actually crazy. What am I watching right now, bro? The stream froze as well, blood. Probably for the best. I didn't want to be disrespectful, but boy, that stream just died, bro. Is yours still running, bro? I don't even know what happened there, bro. But yeah, Hamza Shiraz is going to be fighting for the vacant WBO in May, so we've got to keep an eye on that. Let me look at the boxing schedule. Let me see what's coming up, and we can decide amongst us here what fights are worth kind of covering and not covering. Because obviously the big fights we're going to cover, but fights like tonight, you know, you're not going to get a big audience. But if you man want us to cover them, I'll cover them still. Something went wrong. Yeah, bro. That stream just died, bro. And the fight was basically over anyway. Yeah, yours is still working. I don't know what's got my whole YouTube's just gone, just fucked up. Whatever, bro. We'll come back to that. The stream's still running. That's the main thing. All right, boom. In terms of big fights, okay, this is Martinez Aline, which is now okay, cool. Like I say, 28th, we're going to be live. Fundora versus Furman and Atoma versus Franklin. And that's going to have Hutchinson, Ezra Taylor on the undercard. It's going to have a decent little undercard as well. So I'll probably go, I'll probably watch most of that. Acosta versus Rios. We're probably not going to cover that. Ain't covering no fights in Japan, I can tell you that now. I don't know why my YouTube has just died like that, bro. Perez versus Montoya, we're not going to cover. Wilder Chisora, of course, we're going to cover. We will cover that. Price versus Aquino. No, I ain't going to cover that. I ain't covering that. Caroline Dubois versus Terry Harper. Yeah, we'll cover that. I'll cover that. I'll cover that. Shannon Courtney's on the undercard. I like her. Chantel Cameron's on the undercard. I'm a big fan of her. Ellie Scotney's on the undercard. Yeah, we'll cover that. Let me add that to the list. Let me add it to the list now. 1 second. I got the list up in front of me. Otherwise, we'll forget. April 5th. Dubois versus Harper. When's Tim Zoo is fighting again with Sam Goodman on the undercard. When's that? Oh, that's Sunday as well. Sunday the 5th of April. That'll be in the morning. That'll be Sunday morning. Should we cover that? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Should we? I thought Ezra. Now I think Hutchinson. Hutchinson's got a massive ego, bro. He better win, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? He better win. For sure. Yeah, hit the likes, man. What do you reckon for this? What fight was I saying man might cover? Tim Tszyu fighting this Albanian brother, but it looks like Sam Goodman's on the undercard as well, fighting Ruiz. I just feel like a lot of people on YouTube don't cover the Australian boxing. So I mean, if you man are here and you're going to lock in, I'll throw that on the list as well. So let me know in the comments if you think we should cover that one. It'll be Sunday morning. So then Saturday the 11th, of course, we've got Fury Makhmudov, Regis Prograis versus Ben on the undercard. Jamie TKV versus Richard Riakporhe. What that's going to be a funny fight. That is just going to be a funny fight. I don't fuck knows what happens in that fight. It's just Riakporhe at heavyweight doesn't sit right with me. Jamie TKV being British champion doesn't sit right with me. None of it sits right with me, but that's what we're going to get. Ben versus Prograis at a 150-pound catch weight for some reason. Okay. And Clark versus Justice Hooney. Should be a good fight, that. So we will be live for all of that. It's a fight in Japan. I'm not covering that because it's just the time difference is just going to be a sheg. Barrett versus Costa. I can't bring myself to cover that, bro. I'm sorry. I watched the highlights on YouTube, but I can't bring myself to cover that. Baumgardner versus Shin. That's a Shane thing. If Shane wants to cover that, he can, but I can't. Again, nah, the card is just too meaty, bro. I can't do it. Smith versus Morrell. Saturday 18th, we're going to be locked in for that. Jimenez versus... Nah, I can't watch some of these fights. Jerome Miller versus Pero is a headliner, which is a joke. And it's got... I'm going through Box Live, and it's actually got Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. on Saturday, the 25th of April. Are we doing this? Is this real? Is this actually real? Is this actually fucking happening? The Tim Tszyu fight would be like, it'd be roughly like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning. So I think people should be around. Surprised Clark took the Hooney fight. Same for the sake of the damage, but I think Clark will feel that he's a better boxer than they're similar. That Justice Hooney can hit hard, obviously, but not like, you know. Are we gonna cover this fucking Mike Tyson fight? I'm actually disgusted that this is what we're doing. Like all of us, me covering it on YouTube, and all of us as a society. Lawrence Okoli is going to fight Tony Yoka in France. What is going on? Oh, this is all on the same day, you know. Saturday, the 25th of April, Miller is headlining in Vegas. How the fuck has that happened? Tyson is fighting Mayweather in Congo, and Okoli is fighting Tony Yoka in Paris, all on the same day. Okay. Sky Nicholson, I'm not watching that. And then on the 2nd of May, let me put this on the list. May 2nd in Japan, the time difference again. Tokyo, 10 p.m. to UK. What time would that be? Oh, that'll be in the afternoon. Okay, that's fine. On the 2nd of May, Saturday the 2nd of May, Inoue is fighting Nakatani, Jinto Nakatani, and we can put this to rest because Inoue is going to beat him, and this fucking rants love affair that he's had with Nakatani and slagging off Inoue can all come to an end, and it can just be put to bed during end of, and that'll be that. So I'm putting that on the list as we speak. Then, is this the same day? It is this on the same day. Oh my goodness, in Vegas, mate. The content we're going to give you guys in May, on the 2nd of May, at about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, we'll be streaming Inoue versus Nakatani and that whole card. Then at night, 12 hours later, at about fucking 2, 3, 4 in the morning, it's going to be Zerdo versus Benavides on the same night. Oh my goodness. I'm literally, me and Shane have shared notes. I'm like banging it in the shared notes now. And we're going to go live for that. Resendez versus Munguia is actually going to be on that undercard, which is going to be a 168. Is that going to be for a title fight? Is that going to be for the title? I think it will be. And then on the 9th of May, the following Saturday, we've got Wardley versus Dubois. Oh, mate, May is going off. I wonder if Joseph Parker will be there. That's going to be in Manchester. And then on the 23rd of May in Egypt, we've got Usyk. What is that? I actually cannot believe that Usyk is fighting this guy, because what the fuck is he doing? And that's going to be in Egypt, which the time difference won't be too bad for Egypt, but yeah. What are we doing? Holly Holm has got a boxing match in El Paso. I'm not watching that. Lorena versus Mary. I'm not watching that. Floyd Mayweather's got another fight booked in June. Or Mayweather Jr. versus Zambidis. What? What is Floyd doing? And then he's got another fight booked in for 19th of September. On it, if you're on Box Live, it literally jumps all the way from 13th of June, and you scroll down. The next fight announced already is all the way on the 19th of September. Floyd has got 3 fights this year. 3. The one with Mike is an exhibition. This one with Zambidis, who the fuck is Zambidis, is an 8-rounder at super welterweight. And then the Pacquiao fight is a 12-rounder professional fight on Netflix at welterweight. What the fuck is going on? Wasn't September 19th? No, it's December 19th. Because it wasn't September 19th last year, AJ Jake Paul, but it was, what happened on September 19th, 2025? I feel like something was happening. It's stuck in my head for some reason. No. Okay, I'll make it up. Okay, I'm actually just making it up because I can't. I'm sure there was an AJ fight on September the 19th, or am I going? Maybe it's previous years. I don't know, but the date is just in my head for some reason. Yeah, he fought on December 19th, and he fought Daniel Dubois on September 21st. Okay, fine. I was wrong. All right, fine. Whitaker on the undercard of Smith versus Burrell. Yeah, that's solid. It was really, really solid. Good to see Whitaker get back out again, 100%. For fuck's sake, Inoue fights Junto at 11 a.m. Why? Because it's going to be the biggest fight in Japan. That's why they're going to make a shitload of money. May will be a crazy month. May is going to be crazy, bro. The Hasbro money is running. But, bro, the stuff this guy is doing, do people even still care? Do people actually care? Like, Floyd is actually borderline irrelevant in the world of, like, celebrity. Do you know what I mean? And he's always sucking off Israel. Why don't Israel give him some money? Do you know what I'm saying? I guess being a hooker don't pay as good as it used to. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, May's going to be crazy. So just in terms of boxing, we've got, to recap, Inoue versus Franklin next week. The same night next week, Fundura versus Furman. The week after that, Wilder versus Chisora. The following day to Wilder versus Chisora, Caroline Dubois versus Terry Harper. The following week, Fury versus Makhmadov. The following week, Smith versus Morrell with Ben Whitaker returning on the undercard. 2 weeks after that, Inoue. The same night as Inoue, Zerdo versus Benavidez. A week after that, Wardley versus Dubois. And 2 weeks after that, we've got Usyk returning. Other than AJ's fight being announced, that's like almost all the big names. That's all the big names of the heavy guys. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you've got the 135 to 147, those guys, but of the big names, that's everybody. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna really know the world of boxing and this era of boxing, the Usyk, the Fury. This could all look different and be very different by the end of May. Usyk will still be here, but other than that, Fury, where's he at? What's happening with him? Dubois could be gone. What could actually happen? Itoma could be upset, maybe. Fundura versus Furman. Fundura's probably going to win, but that'll be a really interesting fight. Wilder versus Chisora. One of them is potentially just going to be retired. It's going to be Wilder. Wilder's going to lose, and he's going to be retired. Caroline Dubois versus Terry Harper, whatever. Fury versus Makhmudov, whatever. Smith versus Morrell. Yep, Smith's career could be on the line. A lot. Zerdo versus Benavidez. This is going to tell us a lot about what happens with Benavidez. Does Benavidez stay at cruiserweight? Does he come down? There's a lot of talk. Ryan Garcia apparently is potentially looking at fighting the younger Benavidez. A lot happening. A lot happening. But there you go, man. And thank you for sticking with me till 4 o'clock in the morning. We're live again. We're live again this afternoon, this evening, 4 o'clock, 12 hours from now. We're going to be live again because Arsenal is playing Manchester City in the cup final. Arsenal was 7 games away from winning the Premier League. First time in 22 years. We could get our first trophy in 6.5, 7 years, 6 years. This in 12, 13 hours time. What does this do to the psychology of the players if they lose? What does this do to the psychology of the players if they win? Must win. Big, big, big must-win game for Arsenal. The first trophy of the season. We win this. We're already in the Champions League quarterfinal against Sporting, who is a favourable draw. They're not a bad team, and they have knocked us out of European competition a couple of years ago. But we're a different Arsenal now. We should be at least in the semi-final of the Champions League. We should be winning the league, and we very, very, very well may be winning the League Cup. It's not to mention the FA Cup. I think there's at least 2 trophies there to win. I think Arsenal could come out of this season with 2 trophies. Do you know what I mean? And I can't remember the last season. When was the last season Arsenal won 2 trophies? And it better not give me Community Shields as well. Bro, this is just fucking stupid. (2001-2). 2001 is the last time Arsenal won a double. First time in 25 years, it could be. First time in 25 years, bro. But yeah, we're going to call it there, lads. I'm going to be live from 4 o'clock tomorrow for the game. Thank you for being here. Please do like the video on the way out. We've got a lot of boxing for you, man, to get through. A lot more football. We've been slacking with the lives. We're over 3K subscribers as well, so thank you very much for that. Send the channel to anyone that's interested in football, banter, any type of just debaucherous type of mad talk. You know what we're like on this channel, but we don't give a fuck, bro. We say what we want to say. Do you know what I'm saying? Man can't pay me to shut my mouth, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll be back. We will be back for Arsenal. Hopefully Arsenal win. And we'll go from there, man. Peace and love every time. Congratulations to Carlos Adamas. A very good, comprehensive performance. And it looks like world title unifications at 160 could be on the way. And they've eluded us for a long time. It could be on the way. This could be really, really positive for boxing. But yeah, peace and love every time. See you guys in a few hours.